Welcome back to Candidate Forum 2012. Along with the editor of the Lake City Reporter, Robert Bridges, I'm Mike McKee. Tonight's forum is brought to you by Drawdy Insurance Services, Attorney Tommy Demas, Haven Hospice, and the Potash Corporation. We thank them for their support of this most important programming here on Florida Gateway College Television. The rules for the second segment of the evening are the same as the first: 2-minute open, 2-minute close, and 2 minutes to answer questions. Let's meet the candidates for County Commission in District Number 3. We have with us Candidate Aldrich, Candidate Dupree, Candidate Gordon, Candidate Morse, and Candidate Nash. We drew numbers prior to coming into the studio, and Candidate Dwayne Aldridge drew the number 1. Mr. Aldrich, you now have 2 minutes to make an opening statement to the people of Columbia County.
Hello, my name is Dwayne Aldridge. I'm a lifelong resident of Columbia County. Attended school here, graduated from Columbia High School, and I own 3 businesses here. I was in public service for about 12 years here with the Columbia County Sheriff's Office, and then I went into private practice. I would ask for your support. I think we need some changes in our county commission up there, and I'd ask for your help in electing me August 14th.
Thank you very much. Our next candidate is the incumbent, Jody Dupree. Mr. Dupree, you have 2 minutes to make an opening statement.
Thank you, Mike. My name is Jody Dupree, and I'm the current County Commissioner in District 3 in Columbia County. I'd like to start by thanking the citizens of District 3 for allowing me to serve y'all for the past 4 years, and the rest of the community as well. I'm very proud of some of the things we've accomplished throughout the past 4 years. We've attempted to reduce the size of the government. We've gone from 285 employees when I come into office down to about 244 today. We've been good stewards with the money. I feel that with the deficits that we've had in revenues, we've been able to sustain our services to a level that is reasonable and expected. I think that we have done a great job in expanding and enhancing economic development in Columbia County and the processes which is followed. I think that we have also took a big step forward in protecting the natural resources and ecosystems of Columbia County by holding the Swanee River Water Management and all the other districts accountable for how they treat our water and our lifelines. I think that it's important that we continue to grow as a community to try to help drive the economic engine that exists in Columbia County today and not be relying on the state of Florida or the federal government to help us in that endeavor. For the past 4 years, I have fought very hard to try to accomplish all these things for you. I thank you for that support that allowed me to do that. I also ask that you allow me to continue for the next 4 years and bring that same endeavor to Columbia County. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Our next candidate is Mike Gordon. Mr. Gordon, you have 2 minutes to make an opening statement.
Good evening. I'm Mike Gordon. Thanks for watching. Here's the good news. Bascom Norris is going to get completed. Now, here's the bad news. A project that had a $6 million loan and then went to $11 million and then $15 million. Well, we've already spent $13 million, and now Anderson Columbia has won the bid for the final phase, $6.5. Do the math. That puts you at about $19.5, $20 million. Now, I'm for it getting completed. The problem is, for every $1 million we went over budget, that's $1 million less to do another project or service. So here's the point. How do you fix something like this from happening again? And here's my proposed solution. You want to make sure that any project that's $1 million or more, once it reaches 30% over projected budget, we must have a special meeting. We must advertise at least 30 days and have a meeting the first Tuesday of the month in which the citizens have the right to come and speak, ask questions, and get answers. Why are you spending 30% more than what you told it would originally cost? And here's part 2 of the problem. Right now, if you want to speak at a meeting, you have to, according to the county website, you want to get placed on the agenda, you have to give at least 2 weeks' notice. Folks, where did we go wrong? Where did we lose control of our government? I understand why the county government folks have to deal with the issues that are on the agenda, but where did we go wrong? You should be able to bring a problem up after that business is done, because you shouldn't have to wait 2 weeks to ask your question and hopefully get an answer. Now, no one expects a commissioner to know all the answers. But you do expect courtesy to be told, okay, I don't know the answer, give us 2 weeks and come on back. That's the way interactive government works. When I spoke 4 years ago, I found out I could ask a question, and that's when Mr. Williams told me, you have $15 million for the project and it'll finish in 2010. Bottom line is this: I believe in term limits. I believe our budget should be online. Vote Mike Gordon, August 4th through the 11th, August 14th in the primary. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our next opening statement comes from Dennis Morse. Mr. Morse, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mike. My name is Dennis Morse, running for County Commissioner of District 3. I have 25 years experience in managing and operating businesses. I have 25 years experience making budgets and executing budgets. Also 25 years of working in the public and with the public. Over the last 18 years of that experience has come here in Columbia County, where for 16 years I ran the largest retailer in Columbia County, as well as one of the largest employers, with an employee base of as many as 500 employees at a time and annual sales of as much as $135 million. So I know big numbers. I know how to manage people. I'm a leader. During that time, I had the opportunity to work with local organizations such as United Way, March of Dimes, Children's Miracle Network, as well as I helped start Tech Kid Fishing event. I'm big in the community, as well as I was a training manager, trained up-and-coming talent to be assistant managers and store managers. But more importantly, I had the opportunity to work with the citizens of Columbia County on a day-to-day basis with average 40,000 visits per week. Again, it gave me the unique opportunity to visit with the citizens and to listen to their concerns. In my current job, I'm a store manager, a training manager, as well as on the Emerging Leader Program to be a district manager. I'll say all this so you know that I have a background. I have a background in business, I have a background in knowing what budgets are, how to work with budgets, but more importantly, working with the people. If you want somebody that is used to working with big numbers, somebody that is engaged in the people, listening to the people, and not only will I listen to the views and the concerns of the citizens of Columbia County, but I also work hard to get those things accomplished that are brought forward. As Mike said, I think it's time for us to listen to our citizens, and I've asked that you would vote for me on August the 14th. Thank you very much.
And our final opening statement comes from candidate Bucky Nash. Mr. Nash, you have 2 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Bucky Nash. I'm running for County Commissioner District 3. I grew up in District 3. I'm the oldest of 9. I'm married to my wife out of 16 years. I have 3 children and 2 wonderful grandchildren. I'm a business owner in Lake City, Florida. I'm part owners in the Texas Roadhouse. I graduated in 1977 from Columbia High School. I went to Santa Fe and earned an AS degree in cardiopulmonary technology. I went on to Holmes Regional Medical Center and become director of a cardiac cath lab. I bring more than 25 years of hands-on business experience. I have managed budgets in excess of $10 million. I have managed hundreds of employees. For the last couple of years, I've been going to the Board of County Commissioners meetings and doing some studies and research on our budget and the spending tendencies of the county. As a county commissioner, I believe in accountability from the top to the bottom, and I believe in letting the staff do their job and them being accountable. I also believe a leader has a servant's heart, and I'm willing to lead you in District 3. Vote Bucky Nash, August 4th through 11th, early voting, and August 14th poll.
Thank you, candidates, for those opening statements. It's now time for the question and answer segment of the broadcast. And to ask the questions is the editor of the Lake City Reporter, Robert Bridgers. Robert?
Thanks, Mike. We'll begin our questions with candidate Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge, what makes you a better choice for county commission than your opponents?
Well, I believe I've been here my whole life and working with the sheriff's office for 12 years. I worked the streets. I was on the streets every day for that 12 years. I know what the people want. I listen to the people, and I got good common sense. I think we need some common sense back up there in the county commissioner's room. And, you know, I learned a long time ago you have to hush a lot of times and just listen to folks, and you can learn a lot. And I think I can do that. I know the concerns of the community. I run 4 years ago, and I hadn't stopped beating the doors and listening to the people. And I think I would make a good commissioner.
Dupree, same question. What makes you a better choice than your opponents?
I think simply that I already, having served on the Board of County Commissioners for the past 4 years, I have gained a lot of experience on how the government itself works and the inner workings of the government. I've been involved with a board that has seen, since the 4 years I've been there, almost $8 million in decreased revenues. and we're still able to maintain services. I also know that the number one priority that everybody I know of in Columbia County has is how do we create jobs and how do we keep our people living in Columbia County and how do we have a quality of life here. And I think that through the 4 years I have shown that I have a plan on how we can enhance economic development and try to bring the tools to the table that are necessary for us to create job creation in Columbia County. I've been involved in several initiatives to do just that, to develop public-private partnerships in different areas of the county that would allow us to grow and to try to be healthy in our own time. And I think that simply having the experience, already been on the job for 4 years and shown that I understand exactly the direction we need to go and that the importance of downsizing government, maintaining efficiencies. We've started down that path, and it's a path I think we're going to have to continue. And I think that's probably the one thing that probably sets me apart from the rest of the candidates here running tonight.
Mr. Gordon, same question. What makes you a better choice than your opponents for county commission?
I've been a public servant since 1976 when I joined the United States Secret Service. Moved down to Florida in 1977. I've been a public servant ever since. Part of that experience was over 8 years as the head of operations and an assistant warden for a private corporation where I had over a $20 million budget and the responsibility that goes along with that, 250 employees. But in addition to the credentials that way, I've also been a public servant in that I've helped raise over $100,000 for a variety of charities right here in Columbia County and outside of Columbia County, through the Home and Patio Show, through Special Olympics, and through other civic organizations. So I've had the proven heart of a public servant. And what I'm asking you to do is, please, consider voting for public servants, not politicians. Nothing will change if you vote for folks who promise you everything. The reality is we can only do so much in government, and I will give you the information, such as from 2004 to 2008, revenues increased by 40%. Those revenues are being spent 5 years later, from 2009 to 2013. During that period of time, the County Commission cut public safety over $500,000 over the past 3 years and created 4 non-public safety positions at $250,000. Now my question to you is, if you agree with those priorities, that public safety is not as important, then I'm not your candidate. If you think that public safety is important, then please consider me. Thank you.
Mr. Morris, why are you a better candidate or a better choice for county commission than your fellow candidates?
I believe I'm a better choice just simply because my entire career has been in retail. I've been working with the citizens of every county that I've ever been in. Working in the public is something that I've always done. It's something that I enjoy doing. Working in the public is different than owning your own company. You're out there with the citizens, with your employees, working elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder, listening to them. You learn real quick that the customer is the boss. The people that vote for us, that vote us in, they're the boss. They deserve a voice. They deserve to be heard. They deserve somebody that's going to listen to them and make things happen for them. I learned a long time ago the difference between a manager and a leader. A leader listens and then acts on those things. That a leader asks for advice from those that they work with and those that they surround themselves with and implement those things to show their leadership. I believe I've done that my entire life. I believe that's what's made me successful, and I would continue to do that if elected, and I ask for your vote, and I'll do that. Thank you.
Mr. Nash, why are you a better choice than your opponents?
I believe I'm a better choice because of my past experiences in managing budgets and managing people. To be a leader, you have to be able to lead and have people follow you as a leader. In our community, we do not have plans 5 years. We're reactive, we're not proactive. We do not have a certified economic site. We're behind the 8 ball on that. We took 9 months to get an economic director in place, which puts us behind 9 to 10 months. I think you have to have the foresight to look out and see what the needs are for the community and listen to your people within your community. The number one priority for me will be to take care of my people in District 3, and listen to their needs, take care of them, and to come together with the rest of the commissioners to solve our problems and to plan out, to have a plan for our roads, for our economic development, for our tourist development, for our baseball fields, for our youth. And I believe that my leadership and doing some of the things that I've done in the past is, to be a leader, you have to have people to work with you and to get things done. And I do not see that in our community. I do not see our community working together at this point. Vote Bucky Nash.
We'll stick with Mr. Nash for the second question. Mr. Nash, how do you rate the performance of County Manager Dale Williams?
I think Dale Williams is a good manager. I think he does a good job. I think some of his problems are county commissioner made. I think county commissioners get out on their own and start things, and Dale does not have the gumption or whatever to reel them back in or pull them to the side and say, hey, you might want to consider this or do that or this and that. They get off on these tangents, and then all of a sudden things are added to the agenda and different things like that. And I don't think there's a good working relationship among the 5 county commissioners and Dale Williams. As far as his knowledge, I think Dale's knowledge is unsurpassable as far as people in our community.
Mr. Moore, same question. How good a job is County Manager Dale Williams doing?
I believe that Dale is doing a pretty good job, although I do feel that there are some issues that need to be addressed, especially with the concerns of some of the budgeting. Just for example, we haven't started the budgets for this year. We just recently started those budgets. In my opinion, you have to be budgeting in advance. There have been issues with budgets where money had to come from a general fund or some other place because it wasn't in the original budget. So I feel like there needs to be more time spent on the budgeting, more time on reviewing, and more time spent with the county commissioners and bringing that together so that we have a clear understanding of where the money is going and what the money is being spent for. I don't think that there's enough clarity on some of the budgeting, and I think that needs some work. So if elected, I definitely want to get involved a lot more in that and make sure there's clarity on that budget and then where the money's going and what it's for. Thank you.
Mr. Gordon, how good a job is Dale Williams doing?
I'll give you an overall rating in a moment. Let's just say this. 4 years ago, as a candidate, I identified that the organizational chart of the county was horrendous. 21 people reporting to the county manager was an accident waiting to happen. In October of this past year, Dale agreed with that, and he indeed placed 3 mid-level managers in there. So I commend him for taking a suggestion I had made 4 years ago. However, when you decrease the funding for public safety over 3 years and you increase 4 new administrative positions by $250,000, I question your priorities. So thinking that if this was a company, what would you do with the CEO who said a Bascom Norris project would cost anywhere from $6, $11 to $15 million that now comes in close to $20 million? If you were the owner of that corporation, would you be pleased? So the question is, does the county manager have any responsibility for that? Does the Board of County Commissioners have any responsibility for that? That's a question you have to answer. So it really doesn't matter what I think. What really matters is what you think. After all, it's your money. You're the taxpayer. You're the boss. Think about it. It's your money.
Mr. Dupree, how do you rate the performance of the county manager?
Well, how much time we got? I think it's important for the public to understand that Mr. Williams has 5 people he has to answer to. That in itself is a very tasking environment to work in. I can tell you this, is that, and I can only speak from my perspective because I'm only one of the 5 that he currently answers to. Throughout the storm, Tropical Storm Debbie, we benefited by having a county manager with the years of experience that he had. I know that in my interactions with Dale, when it comes to the knowledge of the things that I need in order to make my decisions, I don't know that you could ask for anyone better. At the end of the day, I think that the real question would be is that Dale can be no better county manager than board he serves with, and the board can be no better than the county manager that serves them. So I think at the end of the day, each commissioner has to take their own perspective on the assets that Dale brings to the table for them, and figure out how to use it to help them achieve the success that they need to affect change in Columbia County. So all in all, if somebody wanted me to say, do I think Dale Williams should be the county manager of Columbia County or not, absolutely. I think that Dale brings a uniqueness to Columbia County that a lot of communities, especially today in this economic time, where you got Duval County, who's on the verge of bankruptcy because their public safety is killing them, or Suwannee and Union counties where I understand now they're borrowing money in order to make payroll. I think that his experience is allowing us to suffer through this because he has the expertise that's needed. So I think all of us could always strive to be better, but I'm certainly thrilled with him.
Mr. Aldridge, same question.
I've known Dale for a number of years, from way back. As a personal friend, he's a super nice guy. As a county manager, he's doing a great job, in my opinion. I mean, he does a lot behind the scenes that the public don't see. Anytime I've ever needed anything from the county, all I'd have to do is call up there, and they had the answers for me. So in my opinion, I think Dale's doing a good job in his current job, and I don't think you can find anybody better.
And that concludes the question and answer portion of our candidate forum. It's time now for each candidate to make a 2-minute closing statement. And since candidate Aldrich went first, he will go last. Candidate Nash, you now have 2 minutes to make a closing statement.
As I began this journey, I started to get out in the community and talk to people, and I met a lot of wonderful people along the way. As a commissioner, I will listen to your concerns and address them. I believe as being a new county commissioner, I will bring some new ideas and some solutions to our problems that we have. As a county commissioner, I'll make you 4 commitments. I will be reachable. I will answer your questions honestly. I will work hard for you, and I will spend your money wisely. I understand the value of a dollar. I'm a working class citizen just like you. I've worked hard for everything that I've earned. I understand that it's hard to make a living nowadays. In this economy, it's about making money to keep what you have. I'm looking forward to working with the other commissioners and the community leaders to make Columbia County a better economic place and a good place to live. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm proud to live in Columbia County. Vote Bucky Nash, August 4th through 11th, early voting, August 14th.
Thank you very much. Time now for Mr. Morse to make his closing statement. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. I just want to make it clear that I am the candidate of choice. I believe that I will do the best job. I have the experience of working with the community and working for the people. If you want a voice, you want your voice to be heard, not only heard, but to be answered on. If you want to be able to get things resolved, I'm available. I always have been available. I enjoy working in the community. I just ask for your support. I have a vision for the future. It's kind of hard to sit up here and to tell everything. Those of you that know me know that I'm hardworking, that I have strong ethic background, I'm trustworthy. And again, I will do everything in my power to get done what needs to get done. And I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Gorton, you have 2 minutes to close.
First and foremost, I promise to keep you better informed. When I asked an audience recently whether or not they knew the money that was being spent now was actually revenues collected 5 years ago, not one person in the audience raised their hand. That's not a good situation. You should know where your money goes. You should know how much money there is. That's why I want to see the entire budget online, not the 35 pages abbreviated that you can look at, the entire almost 700-page budget that shows you every cent, debit and credit. It's possible, it's doable in a PDF file. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. So that's first and foremost. I want to keep you better informed. The second thing I ask you to please consider, stop voting for politicians. Vote for public servants, people who have a servant's heart, people who have a record of serving the public before they ever ran for office. Einstein said the definition of insanity was doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's time to stop the madness. If you want different results, you have to vote for different people. It's that simple. I believe in term limits because, perfect example, some of the districts don't have a community center. One district has 3. Now ask yourself, is that reasonable? Is that understandable? Is that fair? We're supposed to represent the entire county, so how did that ever happen? I think part of the problem is you leave people in office too long, they wind up getting too much individual power. So I'm asking you, please, for your vote, August 4th through the 11th, early voting, or on August 14th. Vote Mike Gordon. Think about it. It's your money. You're the boss.
Thank you very much. And a closing comment from the incumbent, Jody Dupree.
Thank you. To start with, I'd like to thank the college and the chamber and all the sponsors for putting this on tonight. I know it's a highlight in the community. Everybody loves to watch it. Also, let everybody know that the one thing that's for certain that you've heard here tonight is that serving on the Board of County Commissioners is absolutely an honor, and you have to have a servant's heart. It don't necessarily mean that you agree with what they say or do all the time, but you have to be committed to stand for what's right for the citizens of Columbia County and in your district. For the past 4 years, I have shown that I have done exactly that. I will continue to do that. I will continue to do everything in my power to have the board work together, to create jobs, and to create a life in Columbia County that we all could be proud of. Whether it's at ball fields or event centers or floating down the Istutney River. All these things are relative, but you can't sit around and just talk about them. You got to get out there and do it. And it takes a lot of hard work. I have no doubt in my mind that all the men sitting here with me tonight, every one of them have a servant's heart. They all want to do it. There's no question. I ran with Dwayne and Mike last time. I know their hearts are in the right places. But on this day, I have 4 years of experience showing that I have fought for this county. And with your help on the next election, I will continue to fight for Columbia County. And I want to thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dupree. It's time now for Dwayne Aldrich to make a final closing statement tonight.
I think we need to think about it, what everybody up here said. Like Jody said, they're all good folks. I've been here my whole life. I'd get out there, I'd be a working commissioner. I would be here every day. I would answer your phone calls. You know, I'll be out in the community. You won't have to call me and ask me to come out to your house because I'll be out in those neighborhoods. I am now. You know, 4 years ago, I ran on term limits. I thought that was a good thing. You know, give a man 2 terms and then and put some new blood and ideas up there. I'm still for term limits. I think we just need to move on and make a change. And like I say, they're all good folks, but I think I'm the better choice on this day. So I ask for your help on August the 14th.
Thank you very much, and that concludes the second segment of our candidate forum. When we come back, we'll meet the candidates for Columbia County Commission District 5. You're watching Florida Gateway College Television and WCJX Radio.